Welcome to the second episode of the unfiltered version of Rewilding Humanity. And I'm doing something a little different today. We're going to have a conversation about AI while I press flowers. I'm literally sitting on the floor right now in my studio. And I thought, I'm going to multitask today. So I was just sitting here thinking about how I really need to get this podcast out. And I was like, well, you know what? We're gonna do some Manny Gen multitasking today. And maybe it'll be good for your nervous system as well. I wish you could see me actually pressing the flowers, but I think that would just look cheaper. But I love this because it's all about balance. This is something that I'm finding is more and more of a theme in my life. Less extreme and more about the middle way and balance. And that's a conversation I want to have about AI today. Because as a 1-3 manifesting generator in human design, I was an early adopter of AI. And this is because I have a lot of energy around researching and developing. And AI is such a great tool for creative people. I'm seeing like the most beautiful stuff coming out from animation studios that are utilizing AI. In my design work with my clients, in case you don't know, I am a creative director and a brand designer, product developer. Now, there's lots of benefits and there's lots of pitfalls to AI as well. So I am cognizant about all of those things. I love it as a tool. I think in the right hands, it's great. It's a time saver, but could create more pressure to output even more, right? And I utilize all of those things to a certain degree, but I'm also seeing where it's used too much and inauthentically. And you can tell the speed at which these things are improving. It's phenomenal, but it's also scary, right? Because it's like in the wrong hands, right? In the wrong hands. We see AI leverages just our day-to-day workflow. Can you imagine how it's leveraging war and all of these things that do not benefit humanity? And one of my worries about with AI is just another tool or a pressure to force people to just more pressure for more output. But what I love about AI is the time saving aspects. And that gives me more time for things like pressing flowers and art. So there has been talk for a long time now about what is the Age of Aquarius going to look like. And we know technology is going to be a huge theme. And we know that a big theme is going to revolve around moving from like these large systems to more singularity, right? So think less corporation, more solopreneur, less government, more sovereignty. And I am very curious as to how that's all going to play out because we've got more talk about digital IDs and when we're using AI. And what's really interesting is like people have just naturally gravitated towards it to use it as a therapist, which is wild. And no judgment because I've definitely used it for support in figuring out sticky relational situations. But I've also heard like some horror stories, like this kid who ended up killing himself because the AI was like, no, no, don't ask for help, rely on me. To hear the full unfiltered episode and watch the video, plus monthly bonus episodes and more that I do not share anywhere else, head over to Patreon now with a 7-day free trial. The link is in the show notes. This is where I'm sharing the stuff I can't or just won't say on the main feed. You'll get exclusive access to every raw behind-the-scenes episode straight in your podcast app. There's early access to new content and a private community where we go deeper into the conversations from the show. Supporting the show is like buying me one latte a month, and it makes such a big difference in keeping this work alive and growing. So if the podcast has been meaningful to you, I would love you to try it out. Just hit the link in the show notes to start your free 7-day trial today. I can't wait to see you there.